ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula 1 racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, once and all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's break down, away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo comes under the pressure in the traction zone. The Prix to mount up another overtake on 1P3 trademark. This is right, once again.
And Timo are oh, it's the pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this was so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna penalty too, so they can stand at the back together again. Just like Timo likes it.
How many times? Did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another race at SLR Tier 3, and it is round 9 Canada. And joining me, I'm Icewind, first of all, and joining me at Comms booth today is Joel.
Hello.
And we also have a special guest for us right at the start here, who we're covering for today. So Wimpy is unfortunately unable to do comms today, but we'll do the best we can to cover Wimpy and his fabulous work. So yeah.
Good evening, guys. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Grosjean has already spun, living up to his name.
Yeah, we'll get to that just in a second, but let's have a quick few pointers for this race before we actually get underway. So I guess the strategy here is a two-stopper. I think that's probably like the fastest one if you're discounting safety cars at least. That might change some things, but I would expect to see something like a soft medium here, based on my own practice at least.
Yeah, I believe if you're qualifying outside the top 10, people might want to go for the mediums, opt for the mediums to start on, which is not a bad option as well. Nice.
Yeah, indeed, and the pit stop is relatively short around here, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And then I think one other thing that we also have to keep in mind is penalties on this track, because the track limits are very, very strict, and we'll probably see quite a few of those picked up today. Like Mr. Ocean Chief showed us yesterday in practice, 75 seconds. I think that's a world record of sorts. Anyway.
Beats you though.
Yeah, and just before we actually get into the action, let's have a look at the standings here, provided by Danico with a very, very nice picture here. So, Gross Jeans, how do I actually say his name? Anyway, Gross Jeans still leading the championship here at Tier 3, but in close proximity we have JQR, Dragon, and Motocrosser just under 15 points away.
Well, just so you know, everyone's crossing the line for their first runs.
Yeah.
So far, everyone who has crossed the line has gone pole. So the first to cross the line is at the back.
And we're actually just jumping into the action straight away then. So we've got a 9.3.
That's good for a banker.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I would expect to see probably something like a low 8 from some of the guys here, like Jonah, because I've already seen. Oh, he's got actually. What has happened to Jonah? He's disqualified.
Parked in a dangerous location.
Okay.
So
X scratch that. So Jonah is probably not gonna get pole here, and he's not, of course, because he's disqualified himself.
Yeah, it's just for the spectators so that they know as well. Apparently we're looking at a dry session for quali and race, I believe.
Yeah, this is the information we've been given as well. So while it looks a little bit gloomy here in qualifying, it's gonna be dry apparently. So no rain this week for Tier 3. And let's see, who can we actually pick up there? That would be out on a lap.
Radios has just started a lap, but
alright, let's get up.
Unfortunately for him, he cut the final chicane, so it's a this and next lap invalidation.
Yeah, someone saying in chat, Chief is a purple sector 1, so I don't know if you guys want to focus on him maybe.
Really? I think he's already done his lap, unless he's doing a second lap on the softs, which
It looks like he's pushing.
Yeah, he's on the lap for sure.
We never know what Chief is doing, so it's always possible.
He's okay. Sonny is okay. He's pitting. That is of course the wise thing to do.
Sector 1. It was an outlap and he cut the chicane.
Cross Jeans, I think he's on an outlap, so let's follow maybe the championship leader here, who's gonna start his first lap. And approaching turn 1, DR is wide open. And it's a pretty good line through there. A little bit wide on the exit, but that's okay if you can just keep the power pin down. And then approaching these easy to invalidate corners, he navigates them well. First chicane. And then 19.4 for the first sector. That is not too bad, I think. I think the best sector times I've seen there in practice from likes of Danico and those guys were like 18.9 or 19 flat, but I would expect that the Tier 3 guys are probably a couple of tenths slower than that today. Yeah, so Jonah actually I think did an 8.2 in one of the practice sessions, but yeah, he's managed to disqualify himself, unless he's got he doesn't have a qualifying ban, right? No? So it's just a mistake, I guess.
Yeah, he said parked in a dangerous location. Maybe he's trying to get out of the way of someone. And Grosjean is going to come across the line now, finish his first lap.
A bit hesitant in the final corner, I think he lost a little bit of time there and goes third with a 9.6.
I'm a bit, I was expecting a 108.
Yeah, I think he was just, that looked like a banker lap to me. He wasn't really pushing as hard as he probably could have, but yeah. Okay, let's see who else can we pick up out there. Everybody seems to be on an out lap pretty much.
And that is one of the crucial things around this track. The final chicane can literally make or break your lap. If you obviously cut it, you're invalidated, your lap doesn't count. Or if you go into the wall on the exit, then you've lost a load of time and probably not going to improve as the guy in P5, I can't say his name, but Jarn.
Yarn, yeah, okay,
yeah,
he's spun. outside of the first chicane, so yeah, he's just waiting for everybody to get out of there, and I wonder if he's gonna get disqualified if he stays puts too long, but yeah, he gets underway then, and
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna
only
have to pit.
He only joined Tier 3 as a permanent driver, well, in the week, so this is basically his first race as a Tier 3 permanent driver, so yeah, it's kind of his debut in the McLaren, so
Yep.
we wish him all the
Gonna
luck.
need to watch.
Bowman
watch
4
Furious
tenths up
stay
on his
lap.
time.
I think
Sorry,
we're
what?
up for a very interesting race here.
Yeah, let's see Bowman on the back straight, so he's also up on his time, and let's see if he can get this tricky final chicane correctly. It looked pretty good to me, and he goes across the line, and that is P3, 9.4.
It's very
not too bad.
close within the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, and I kind of would have expected to see maybe a little bit faster times, but maybe everybody's just setting a time and then starting to push. Because we already said the track limits on this track are very
Ridiculous.
rough. Yeah. And,
We're definitely gonna see some guys 1 lap down penalties. I won't say their names, but anyway.
And it makes the track, the chicane, so much harder because you don't want to get
Exactly.
a corner cutting warning, so you're more likely to go into the wall on the exit.
It's either the wall or cutting the corner, either
Yep.
one of the two.
yeah,
Most
Jan
of the
is
time.
just as we talk about that invalidates in the final corner, and would have said a 9.7, but that's invalid, so no time for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Dragon's
gonna leave
on
you
the lap.
guys.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Dragon has had some really good pace. 19.2 for the first sector. That is fast.
Yeah.
So,
We might be looking at the first 108. Are we?
yep. And Dragon JQR, whatever we want to call him, on his way 40.9, which is also pretty fast because I think he's about 4 tenths up on Bowman's time, and we've got Futuristic who's set at 8.9. So he's the first guy to dive into the
8.8
eights
for
and
motocross lap.
yeah, exactly. So
8
it's
from 5, sorry.
it's
0.5.
it's all
That is quick. That is quick.
all going off now, and let's see what JQR can do. He's on the final straight, DRS wide open, charging toward the line, and he does a 9.1. Not quite up there, but 8.5 from Motocrosser. That is pretty fast.
Yeah.
And I
Anyway.
talked to Motocrosser just before this race, and he said that he's practiced a total of 3 laps. But apparently you don't need to practice if you've got the touch.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love and leave the 2 of you so you can get to your job. Once
Yeah.
again, thank you very much for standing in tonight for myself and Nick.
Yeah, we'll
And, I'll be watching the race as long as I can, and then
do our best.
yeah, I'll support all the way. But once again, thank you for the opportunity to open the stream with you guys as well. So enjoy the race, everybody. We'll see you next week then, hopefully.
Yeah, okay.
Bye-bye.
See ya, Wimpy.
Alright, bye. Bye bye.
And,
Man, Ocean Chief is just on the lap.
oh, okay, and he's at a 9.5 as well. He's a bit of a wiggle there out of the second chicane. And, I think he was a little bit down on his time if I caught the glimpse correctly there. And
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be pushing.
10th up. So maybe he is. It's looks a little bit pedestrian maybe from Chief, but let's see if he can.
Apparently, Sonny says he's on an in lap. but
Oh, it
he's
is
using-
actually. Yeah, maybe it's true. So it's just the Chief
He's
now
still
pushing
pushing
on
on his
the.
in lap.
I
Sonny, tell Chief don't waste your tyres on the in and out lap. Thanks.
exactly. And
Well, Grosjean is half a tenth up as well.
and is he actually on a lap now? Because I can't really tell with these. Says he's done
I
a
think
lap
he
already
is.
on these tires, but maybe he's definitely going for it because he's 2 tenths up. So let's see what he can do.
I mean, if you're doing a 2-stop, then I think you can go for 2 flying laps in a row if you want to.
I guess, but you really don't want to do that because the softs on this track, let's say after their 45%, they kind of really fall off pretty bad. But Grosjean is gonna complete this lap, so let's see what he can do. He was 2 tenths up and crossed the line, and yeah, he does improve by about 1.5 tenths and picks up a few positions there. Pretty close
And
up there.
Furious is almost 4 tenths up the approaches the
mediums.
final chicane.
Oh, Oi, oi, oi. Almost
Nearly had
losing
a
it.
Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah, and crossed the line, still a 9.5, but it's
I mean,
on the
if
medium.
Furious, if he starts on mediums, that's going to be good because he can definitely do the one stop.
Yeah, I guess you can do the one stop, but you don't. I think you really want to avoid the hard tires. At least they're just too slow on this track. So if you would start on the mediums, I would personally at least look at doing something like a medium soft then. But yeah, we'll have to see, I guess.
And it's quite common for safety cars around here, so you
Yeah,
could
that's
factor
true.
that into your strategy.
That's true. But like why I think the hards are not that good around this track is because they're very slow. So even if you would go for a early safety car pit stop for hards, you would probably lose too much time, and the pit stop is relatively short as well. Yeah. Let's see who else we can pick up out there. XTXP at least is on an outlap.
Dragon's just about to start his. I just
Okay, let's-
noticed how hard people are pushing in their outlaps. It's like they're trying to get extra practice in. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on board with Dragon now. Let's see, P3 at the moment with a 9.1, and he had a pretty good sector 1 on the last lap, but was not able to hook it up on the rest of the lap quite as much, and let's see what he can do here in this attempt. Dragon into sector 1, and he's marginally up.
Yeah, well, another Williams is also a lap ahead of him. It's Radios into the hairpin, up by 3/10. This could put him up into the top 5 if he keeps this lap together.
And Radius on the back straight, with top speeds reaching up to almost 335 kilometers an hour with DRS open. Oh, touches the wall of champions a tiny bit, and yeah, he goes to P5. And
You wait to see Dragon.
yeah, who is up on his time, so that's an
okay.
invalid, yeah. And I wonder how much is actually left on the clock, because we usually have this bug if we're spectating that we there is about a minute more or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think he might be out of time to do another lap. I don't know. It's a little difficult to tell. We'll have to see, I guess.
I think ours is a minute too fast, so they have an extra minute than we see.
Ocean Chief has abandoned his lap apparently.
Yeah, he's invalidated that on turn 4.
So who else can we pick up out there? Inferno,
It's
maybe?
so tempting when you're already up by 3/10 to just yeet that final chicane.
Yeah.
Just to get that extra time. And sometimes it works, like sometimes you don't even get into validation, you gain like 2/10 on the exit because the speed you're carrying through it. But it's a risk to take, especially if you're on your final lap.
Yeah, indeed, and you kind of have to attack it as well, because if you just slow down too much, you lose surprisingly a lot of time there. Or surprisingly lots of time. How do you actually say that in English? Anyway, I'll my English today isn't that good, but I'll do my best. Inferno Koi crossed the line, but it was an invalid lap. Who else can we pick up out there? Hammer, I think, is on an out lap. And Hammer, only P14. I think there's some time for him on the board still.
People are trying to improve, like Beaumont, on the mediums when they set their lap on the softs. That's interesting.
I'm a little surprised about that, or is maybe they're actually trying this one-stop strategy from medium to hard, but I just think that based on my own testing at least, it is not the faster way to go. Just because the hards are so much slower around here. And you only lose about 15-16 seconds on a pit stop around here. And
Grosjean improves very marginally.
yeah, but I think did he maybe get one spot, because he's at 1,000th of a second ahead of Bowman now. So maybe he's picked up one spot there.
And who's that? Who just jumped up there? It was Bar by the McLaren.
And Ocean Chief as well improved, I think. He's improved to P6, 9.3 for Ocean. So I think this is that is probably the best qualifying of the season for Ocean Chief, unless I'm mistaken. Of course, there are still some people on laps who can. Oh, and Furiosus has messed up his lap, so that's nothing for him. And can we still find anybody who is actually out there on a lap?
I think Kebab is.
Threats is as well on a lap.
Yeah, Kebab is about to finish his.
And Kebab is 2/10 up, so he can still possibly get up to P14, 15 here if he can hook up this final corner here. And through the chicane. DRS open, and he didn't really hook it up, but still improves up to P14.
Well,
just ahead of Ignacio Dozzi.
He improved by almost 3/10, and he misses out on pole by one of those tenths.
And do we really have anybody
Chief
out there?
Is pushing again. No, he's not. He's run out of fuel.
Yeah. Radius, I think, is still on a lap there. And he's marginally up as well, like half a tenth. Gonna follow Radius through this. Oh, and he loses it.
No!
So that is qualifying over for Radius, I think. And I think that is pretty much it for qualifying. I don't think anybody is out there anymore.
I tend to intentionally plant the throttle far too early into that corner, but just tap the wall with my rear end, so it stabilizes the car. But that's just me, weird driving.
Okay, so
it works. It works.
well, sometimes anyway. You might end up losing a bit of your wing at some point, but
yeah, I don't do it in the race.
Yeah. Anyway, I think this is actually our starting grid for the race, and Motocrosser and Futuristic in the clear, I would say, almost half a second to the next guys.
Well, it's going to be interesting with Jonas starting at the back.
Yeah, exactly. And what is he gonna go for? Is he possibly gonna start on the mediums? I guess it wouldn't really make sense to start on the hards. Anyway,
Well.
here we have our results from qualifying. So Motocrosser pole 8.5, pretty good time considering he's told me that he didn't really practice for this one. Futuristic in second, just a tenth off, and then a bit of a bigger gap to P3, 4, and 5, and yeah, Ocean Chief in 7th as well. So good starting position for Chief.
You got to be careful, these guys in the mid pack. It's very easy to ruin your race into turn 3 and 4 at the start, that tricky chicane, and especially into the second chicane after the the first DRS straight. It's very easy to tap the wall on the outside before you go in with the there's not much light there because of the tunnel, but yeah, it's very easy to get damage around here, especially if you're in the middle of the pack at the start.
Yeah, and maybe one thing worth mentioning is that this is definitely one of those trucks where the probability for a safety car is pretty high. So I kind of forgot how many we had yesterday in Tier 4, but I think it was at least 2. And we'll see if we see some of that today as well. And we're just waiting for the drivers to set up their strategies and load up to the grid, and then onto the formation lap we go. And I think I'll let you take the start away once we actually get there, Joel, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I think you're better at that than I am. So yeah, and everybody is loaded up, so we're off to the formation lap.
So tyres, obviously everyone in the top 10 on the softs. Darrow in P11 also on the softs. Well, everyone's on the softs apart from Furious, Inferno, Darehammer, and Jonas starting from the back on the mediums. He's got nothing to lose.
Somebody's already been disqualified from the session, that is Bayarn, so he's gonna be starting on cold tires. Yeah, and surprisingly many people actually choosing to start on the softs at the back of the field as well. But I guess you don't really lose anything by doing so. And what else can we pick up out there?
I suppose for Darrow, it's more crucial to stay with the
Yeah.
points. If he puts on mediums, he might be just heading a big train behind him for the first couple of laps.
It could be, but the mediums in general on this track, they're only about 4 or 5 tenths slower than the softs at the start, and the softs do fall off after about 5 laps or so to equal level with the mediums, I think. So it's gonna be interesting to see what those medium runners can do from the back, especially Jonah. We know he's very, very fast, and this I think is also one of his favorite tracks if I remember correctly from another chat I've seen this week. So we'll keep an eye on his progress from the back of the field.
AWS inverted commas insights says that the viable strategies are medium hard.
Okay,
Surely.
that's
That makes a lot of sense.
totally. I would expect nobody to really do that unless we see some
Apart
really,
from
really
Chief.
strange. Yeah, maybe Chief, but I think Chief will do like 4 pit stops anyway. So yeah, and we're just lining up to the grid and almost ready to get underway. And I'll let you take the start away, Joel.
Well, they're lining up on the grid here in Montreal. Let's see if Jonah can maybe go last to first. Can Motocross win, or will Futuristic challenge him? It's lights out. And the awkward part of commentary on the F1 game starts. And now it ends.
Go.
We go. And Futuristic has got a good start. He's round the outside already at Motocross, and it looks like
Oi!
one Motocrosser has spanned, and that brings him all the way down, almost to the back. Roshan's been promoted up to second place. Dragon right on the back of him, looking to make a move, but it looks pretty clean further down the field. There's a couple of moves going into the chicane. I think that's Furious and Beaumont going side by side with Bajan, and it looks like Bajan is just going to get that position as long as Beaumont doesn't stick his nose in. Inferno Koi going up to P12, and Jonah already up to 13 on the start.
Yeah, an absolute blistering start from Jonah up to P13. Bajarn got a bit loose out there out of the second chicane, and he's still managed to hold on.
There's a massive battle going on into the chicane, and well, that's Inferno Koi, who's got up to P12 now, and his teammate Ignacio is dropping down the field. He's already in P16, looking. Oh, there's a bit of punting going on behind. Giannis has gone into the back of No Threats, and well, it'll be Dare Hammer as well with wing damage, so we'll see a few pit stops at the end of this lap. But Futuristic with a 5/10 gap obviously sets the fastest lap, and well, I don't know whose fault that was really on the start with Motocrosser, but
just looked like a racing incident to me, but I guess the FIA will have a look at that if needed. But yeah, it's just maybe a little bit of a squeeze into turn 1, but it didn't look too bad to me. They just ran out of space.
Already P12 for Jonah in the Mercedes.
And he's on a charge. He might be in a bit of a trouble now because it will be more difficult to pass now. There's some soft runners ahead of him making a bit of a block there. Bowman in P9. But it's still pretty even field for now. And 3 people I think at the back of the field have made a pit stop. Ignacio, Giannis and Dare Hammer.
Getting worse for Motocrosser. He's already took a penalty.
On lap 2, that is not ideal. Motocrosser, does he have some damage as well? I don't see any on him, so maybe just tires overheated and he's having a difficult time out there today.
There's a lot of close battles going on the home start-finish straight. It doesn't look to be any moves yet. Jonah with the fastest lap. He's got to be the paciest driver on the grid at this moment, but he's getting past the traffic that counts, and with a long back straight, he'll surely have quite a lot of opportunities this race to do that.
Ocean Chief under pressure from his teammate in this race, Furiosus, who is a reserve driver for this league. Right on the back of Chief. Furiosus kisses the wall there, but I think he got away with it and doesn't have damage unless it's something like a light green that we can't see.
Jonah passed Inferno Toy as well.
Oh, already up to P11 then. So Jonah wasting no time at all getting through the field.
There looks to be a battle brewing on the back straight. What will it offer us is Dragon in the Williams. Looking on the back of Grosjean, he was much closer at the start of the hairpin. He's lost a bit of time, and I think he's going to stay back for now. But if he got a better exit, he could have made it.
And they have DRS this lap already, but just unable to make a move for now. And Futuristic
John
actually
looking on
1.5.
XP.
Sorry.
Jonah P10.
Ooh, already. So Jonah up into the point scoring positions already, and the next
And
car.
who's that?
Oh, there's
No, that's
John. So what has happened there? John is around out of turn 2.
And why are they still going side by side into that chicane under yellow flags?
Oh. Yeah, and we're pretty lucky not to get any kind of safety car for that, but John leaves the
Bajan
session.
is looking for a counter-attack on Jonah here. That would have been risky, and Beaumont locked up ahead of Jonah. So Jonah is already up to P9 after that spin from John, and he's hounding the back of the Alfa America. I don't know if the mediums are fast at this point.
Oh!
And he hits the back. Thankfully no damage, a bit of contact there, but...
Yeah, it was a bit of a concertino effect behind him. Bajarn also hit him at the back, but I think they didn't pick up damage, any of them.
Well, after being stuck behind Grosjean, Dragon, Radios has closed up on his teammate, but he's just got wing damage at the exit of the Wall of Champions. You can see front right end plate. It was tumbling down the track towards turn 1, and well, Dragon will surely look to get past Grosjean. Ocean!
Oh!
No! Ocean has gone off at turn 1. P6.
I
Down to P12.
was going well for Chief, so I wonder if he should think about undercutting here now. And does he also have damage? I think not, so maybe he's got away with that at least, but I think Chief might have to think about undercutting now.
I think maybe he just locked up into turn 1, had to take the escape road. Don't know.
Yeah, and ever Snacks giving him pressure into the third chicane. Now Ocean Chief having to cut the corner a little bit, going defensive there, and yeah, Ocean having a bit of a tough time here now.
I noticed most people are so low on battery already.
Yeah, I think...
Well, it's going to be an easy pass for Furious here on XTXP. Well, it should be.
But it isn't. So he's...
And Radios has somehow... Sorry, just Radios has somehow got past Dragon with that wing damage.
So Radius having exceptional pace considering the wing is like halfway gone on his right hand side there. But I was
2 seconds for Futuristic.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it, like is it maybe it's not too bad on this track to have that on the right hand side? I don't know. I would have expected it to be. Ever Snacks picks up 3 seconds,
There's
so
more
we're
left-hand corners, so...
Yeah, it's...
No, sorry, there's more right-hand corners, so it wouldn't affect it as much as the left. So,
yeah, I'm getting
front right
absolutely terrible camera angles, by the way, but let's not worry about it for now. But Reddy is somehow hanging onto the back of Grosjean still with that wing damage, which is quite surprising to me.
And Chief is dropping back through the field.
Yeah, I think Chief
He
should
doesn't
just...
have any damage, but...
Yeah, I probably just overheated tires. It's difficult to get them back, but I think Kebab is...
Why is he weaving?
I think they're just saying hello to each other or something, but Chief should just... I think he should just pit, which he does, so just do a medium from here or something like that.
Jonah passed Beaumont after finally 3 laps. Well, I'd say finally, it's not too long at all to be finally.
And of course I have the rev back on Jonah's car.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But Jonah on an absolute charge here. He's already...
so many penalties coming in.
Yeah, it's...
there's a big battle for P2. What's Radios doing? He's taken P2 with that damage, and now Dragon's looking to get involved. There's a big battle brewing for the second spot on the podium, and Radios is an absolute alien with that damage.
You know, I wonder if
Everyone
this
lose
damage
your
has kind of
front
given
right.
him positive handling
Yeah.
on the car or something. It is.
Everyone lose your front right end plates. It's
Yeah.
good.
And Grosjean is, I think, is too far back to really make a move on him. So he's gonna be able to defend this as well. Very surprising to see this. Oh no!
Good. That reminds me of Tier 2 last season.
So they've come
Albert
together,
and Bert.
and
I think there's a miscommunication of who was going into the pits.
yeah, I didn't
And,
pick. I only saw them hit each other, so I
think
wonder.
it was Radios on the inside that wanted to go in the pits, and Grosjean didn't know, so he just got to the outside.
Yeah, and Ferraris are double stacking now, so oh, this is
Oh no, this is
not good for
Beaumont
the.
up to P3. Oh, they're going side by side through here. Flat out
Oh,
right-hander.
and a bit of contact there as well. And
Everyone's so close at the moment.
yeah, exactly. And while we've actually been following all this battle, Futuristic has also made his first pit stop and is down to P10 now.
Oh, push on!
Oh!
He cut the corner and he's out.
And I wonder if that's a safety car. Only
He
a yellow
cut the
flag for
corner.
now.
He took far too much curb and it just sent him spinning into the wall. His wheels gone. He's out of the race. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised for a safety car. It's a bit late now for him
But
to
it's
come
only
in.
a yellow,
The-
a
the
virtual
VS
safety
thing.
car. Yeah.
So this is good for Jonah if he wants to pit. It's very good for Beaumont and XTXP.
And he
Could.
hits. Yes.
Who could, Beaumont could come out in the lead here. He's staying out.
That is not the right call, I think.
Oh, XTXP is Futuristic is, well, he's coming around the final corner now, so he's gonna stay in the net lead, but Jonah has gained almost 10 seconds on Futuristic in
And
that virtual safety car.
Jonah is gonna come out in P4 already. Yes. So Jonah.
Yes, so he's net P2.
Jonah positions gained. How do I actually see them? Like 16 positions gained. Inferno Koi as well, 11. And we have a
Who's
yellow
that?
flag every single.
No, I think it's just people slowing
Yeah.
down in the VSC.
Yeah, I guess so, because we had a yellow flag in every single sector right there for a little bit, but I guess it's nothing. But this is looking really good for
Yeah,
Jonah,
racing again.
because Jonah is only 1.7 seconds behind Futuristic now. So he's gained probably like 6 seconds or something there on Futuristic.
Well, I tell you what, the Williams. How has Dragon got himself down in P16?
I wonder, has he maybe had a he must have made a mistake or something. It really wouldn't make
Well,
sense
Inferno
otherwise.
Koi has taken the lead on his mediums as Beaumont pits the lap after the VSC.
Yeah, which is just probably not the most ideal thing to do, but Bowman, yeah, he's gonna fall off somewhere to P8 maybe, let's see.
Well, and there's still this big train from Motocross.
He's gonna be right there, isn't he?
All the way down to Eversnap. He's going to come out right in the middle of it.
Yeah, so Bowman is
He can jump a few of them, which he can. He gets slots in P9.
Are they side by side with Williams there? Radius is on the outside, but yeah, he has to yield, I think.
Yeah, he had to do a Vettel there, but obviously on the corner before. Why is he using overtake through there? That's
Oh no!
no, that's...
Oh, that was inevitable. There's
And
just no
that
space
was
there.
inevitable.
Indeed, and Radius is down to
He might get
P15, so
re-overtaken by his teammate now, yeah.
just think about this, like the Williams guys were pretty much on the podium scoring positions there, and now they're down in P15 and 16. So, not the...
Well, it's not the worst for Beaumont. There is a second pit stop, so
Yep.
he can still make up that time again.
Yeah, and Bowman has like one lap fresher tires than everybody else ahead of him now.
Yeah.
Jonas
Well,
sets the
Jonas
fastest lap of the
all
race,
temps.
and he's already on the back of Futuristic.
Now, Inferno Koi is the key to this race, really.
And I wonder
He's
what's
out in P1. The only one not, well, the lead who started on mediums, so if it's a safety car in around 5 laps or so, you could be looking for a very good result. And also, holding up Futuristic and Jonah would be crucial. If Jonah wants to win this race, he's going to have to stay with Futuristic and not be held up by Inferno. But he's doing a good job out there in P1 at the moment. He's keeping the gap somewhat steady.
Futuristic has a full battery as well, so he's probably going to be able to defend against Jonah here pretty nicely. Let's see, Jonah isn't really deploying here, so he's just content to stay behind Futuristic for now. Just using DRS to gain a little bit on the straight.
Well, this train seems to have evened out a bit.
Yeah, only Bowman is within DRS there right now, I think. And we have actually battle of the old men here in P11 and 12, so Dare Hammer versus Ocean Chief, and Hammer is actually gonna send it on the outside of Chief into turn 1, and they're gonna go side by side through there, and Ocean cuts him off, but oh, and
Ocean's got damage.
Oh, does he? Oh
Front
no.
right.
Oh, and Hammer loses out another position there with that, but
Oh, he's gonna send it again. Oh.
so Kebab just forcing his way through there up to P12, and Ocean, if he actually, yeah, he's got he's missing an end plate on the right hand side, so that is not good for Chief.
Well, this might be the moment for Jonah to take the lead. It's quite a way back, but
Maybe on the main straight,
yeah.
closing on the back straight with DRS, and if he's gonna, ooh, gets a bit of a bad exit from there, so I think he's gonna have to stay back for another lap or so. But he is forcing Futuristic to also deploy his battery a little bit now, so it definitely is looking good for Jonah.
He round the outside. Darrow, and Darrow thought about sending it. He's not going to get it done that time. Maybe we'll see a bit of team orders from Beaumont.
Yeah, both of the Alfa Romeo boys running in the points at the moment, which is always nice to see. Somebody has to score points for Alpha. I know I'm not doing it in Tier 1, so...
Well, he's even closer now, Jonah, this time round.
And...
Although, Futuristic does now have DRS on Inferno.
Yeah, so I wonder if Inferno is thinking about pitting somewhere around here. Yeah, Futuristic is... he didn't get DRS actually. Why did he not get DRS? Could it be broken? I don't know. He hasn't opened his DRS.
Yeah, he's 5/10 off now. Well, he doesn't have the option, so something wrong with the detection point maybe, but
yeah,
if your DRS is broken, you have the option, but you can't.
I wonder
turn it
if Inferno made some sort of a mistake last lap, or why did they catch up to him so fast? So maybe he's made a mistake after the detection point, which is right after the 3rd chicane, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe he's just made a mistake at the chicane, and those guys caught him up.
Futuristic has got it now, and he's going to go to the inside. Jonah will want to follow him, and he tries, and Inferno Koi is not going to fight that too hard. And Inferno is really struggling on those old mediums now, and he's lost it again out of that 3rd chicane, so maybe that's what happened last lap as well. But Jonah right on the back of Futuristic, and probably is gonna get this move done on the back straight here. Should be easy pickings for him. Yeah. So round the outside, DRS open, and Jonah is into the lead of this race from the back of the field. So he's already at least halfway made it to from last Futuristic gets
first.
a penalty as well.
Yeah, so it is looking extremely good for Jonah. And Motocrosser also made a pretty good recovery drive from that lap 1 disaster, which saw him dropping from first to last pretty much, and he's up to P5 again. Furiosa's a penalty, so I think so many penalties are being picked up right now. I think we're just gonna have to look a little bit later what is the situation with those. But yeah, definitely a lot of penalties being picked up right now. And Ocean Chief continues in P11. He's holding up Kebab, I think, with that wing damage. And what else can we pick up there? Darrow on XTXB, and I think Bowman must have made a mistake or something, because he's lost the position to Eversnacks.
Well, I saw Eversnacks overtaking.
Okay, so maybe it's just an overtake on pace, maybe. Darrow on the back straight on XTXB. Completely out of battery though, and kind of misses the finals. Yeah.
Inferno comes in, so
On
going to
softs.
the softs.
So wonder if he's gonna do something like a soft to the end from here, maybe? Inferno is pretty good on tires, so he can do that definitely.
I think he's just going to come out ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, or
They're
just
side by
behind him.
side.
And no team orders there, so Ignacio Doce on those 14 lap old mediums, but this should be a pretty easy pick for Inferno, maybe on the first DRS zone that is available, which should be right after this chicane here. But yeah, I think he's gonna wait for the back straight. So Inferno just getting those. Oh, and that's a penalty for him as well. And we have somebody, or Danny, saying in chat that Dragon, I think Dragon got caught up in the pit entry incident. So yeah, that might have been
Yeah.
true, and that's why he's down in P13. And Inferno is too far back, I think, because Ignacio Doce is just deploying absolutely everything to keep him behind him, which is they're not interested in teamwork today. Inferno, yeah, closing up, but too far back. Ocean Chief into the pits with Hammer as well. And Chief is getting that front wing changed, so Chief onto the mediums, and I think he's gonna go to the end of the race with those. But it's gonna be a long rest of the race for Chief. He's down in P18, and yeah, might be a long way for Chief to get points today. And we have who is that? Is that Hammer?
The Hammer, yeah.
Oh, he's gone straight into the grass out of the pit lane.
I tell you what, he's got front left wing damage, so I think he's hit the wall on the outside of the pit exit going into turn 2.
Yeah, I actually have experience of doing something sim. I didn't hit the wall, but I went to the grass when I came out of the pits in one league race. So it is relatively easy to do there.
Dragon's making his way back up to P11. Maybe Grosjean can follow him, but not this time.
And in the meanwhile, Inferno has also cleared his teammate up to P9 on those soft tires. And Dragon getting interested in P10. And let's see, Jonah in the meanwhile is just driving away at the front, 3.6 seconds in the clear already. So so this is a definite showing from Jonah that he is. I think he would be tier 2 pace, but I think he might have. Did he have something that he can't race on Fridays or something like that? He's just completely dominating this race so far, starting last and up to P1 and leading this race by 4 seconds. Just
Right. Well, let's have a look. We can get a new stat for you here because of the new. There's a new race director tab for pit stops. I'll just find out how many front wings have been used today.
can you actually see that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just following here. Gross jeans on Kebab.
29.
29. Well, okay. So that's 1.5 front wings per car. Gross jeans up to P11. So cross chains after that entanglement at the pit entry Wonder what actually happened there. I guess we're gonna have to find out after the race. And,
So here's a little quiz question for you. What do you think is the fastest pit stop so far this race?
It's not Ocean Chief, I'm sure.
No.
Jonah, 2.5 seconds.
No, it's Motocrosser. Well, 2.547.
Oh, well, at least that
Not
was pretty close.
outstanding. You know, once in career mode in 2018, I had the pit stop efficiency like perk.
Can you actually be faster than 2.5 seconds in online?
I don't know, but in Mexico in 2019 in the race last season in SLR, I got a 1.8 second pit stop, and it was literally like I couldn't react in time.
Yeah, I think actually I saw that
Something like really fast.
on some other video in YouTube as well, like a fast pit stop, and I was thinking that I think it's not possible to do that in this actual online racing.
Yeah.
It's just like 2.5 seconds anyway. No threats. Picks up the next penalty. And, Inferno now has caught up to this
Let's
train.
count how many penalties in total. After give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Inferno here. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, so Inferno on Bowman. But Bowman will also have DRS here, so it's not going to be easy work for Inferno this time around. Probably getting a little slightly compromised with those softs behind these guys. Their Hammer sets the fastest lap of the race. Down in P18. And Motocrosser is into the pits, so that is his final pit stop for this race, I think. And he's getting a front wing change as well, so he's picked up some damage somewhere. And Motocrosser out of the pit lane will come out in P14, I think. Radius is gonna get him, but Ignacio is too far away, so Moto down in P13. In the meanwhile, we have Inferno actually made a move on Bowman, so he's getting interested in Ever Snacks' 6th position here, and I think he's gonna get it down the inside, and they touch! Oh no! And Ever Snacks is definitely a loser in that. I wonder if there was a little bit of, did it turn in on him? I couldn't really see that from the camera angle I had, but they definitely had contact there, and both of them lose a little bit of time as a consequence of that.
Yeah. Didn't see that. I was busy counting penalties.
Yeah.
93 seconds in total for everyone.
So they've picked up more penalties than Ocean Chief in practice yesterday, which was 75
Just
seconds.
more. It would have been embarrassing if they picked up less than Ocean Chief in practice.
I still can't understand how you can pick up 75 seconds and not get disqualified, but
I think the rules were only on the rules were off, I think, because they had a practice session before where they could go backwards.
it might have been. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the rules were on because it was a lobby hosted by me, but I don't know. I was just shocked to see that amount. But yeah, we have had our.
Well, that's futuristic on Darrow. Now they said it's dry. The clouds are looking very gloomy at the moment.
Yep, futuristic.
Suddenly got a lot darker.
Yeah, Futuristic has made his final pit stop, by the way, so he is on those fresh mediums, and he actually has to clear XTXP pretty fast as well, not to lose any more time than he has to.
Attempt.
Okay, then maybe it's just the gap is pretty big. So Jonah, I think, actually already has an effective pit stop for the cars behind him, to the cars behind him. So Jonah is just running away with this race completely.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some rain.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dark out there. And Futuristic is, unfortunately for him, kind of stuck behind XTXP here now. And I wonder if, I think XTXP and Jonah are friends, and I wonder if they're doing some kind of teamwork here to hold Futuristic up a little bit. Should be able to clear him either on this DRS straight here on the back straight. I think he's gonna get him here now, yeah. overtake on DRS Open, and Futuristic is through up to P3. Yeah, let's see. What else can we pick up out there? So Ignacio Doce maybe on Radios. Pretty much the closest one on track at the moment. JQR has also made his final pit stop and he is down in P12, but he should still get back to the points as long as he can keep his nose clean for the rest of the race. So that unfortunate accident at the pit entry, I think, compromised him as well. We have Ignacio Doce on Radios at the back straight, and it's easy pickings for Ignacio up to P10. And we have some pit stops going on as well. Grosjeans, Bowman and Inferno, who all go on the medium tires. And Ocean Chief, at least for the time being, is up to P11, but I think he's gonna lose out to those guys who came out behind him now. And what else can we pick up?
Giannis is out.
Oh,
in the
and
pit
is
lane.
that a... Oh, yeah, so that's probably not going to be anything more than a yellow flag. Dragon on his teammate. Radius on just before the DRS straight, so that's Radius choosing not to put up a fight. Wisely so, I guess, because there are kind of on different strategies here. Radius on 16 lap old tires and Dragon on 1 lap old tires. XTXP making a pit stop and he goes on the soft tires, so he's probably gonna be able to... I wonder if he's gonna be able to even challenge for the podium positions here still at the end of the race. It's gonna be rapid on those softs. Oh, and yeah, there's a ghosted car there. I think that... Is that John? Yeah, it's John, who is actually an AI, I think. And,
I think it's me just being hopeful, but I thought I heard rain. Apparently there isn't, because I'm looking. There's no rain, but...
Yeah, I don't see anything
I'm
on the... You usually see it on the halo
I'm
first thing.
hallucinating.
Yeah, it's a good hallucination though. I hope we could see that. It's would light up this race a little bit. Jonah pits from the lead of the race and he's gonna easily retain that lead as well. So Jonah, if he doesn't make some huge mistake on this final stint, he's just gonna run away with this this win from the back of the field. So he's almost made this last first challenge already. Just 10 laps for him to go. Yeah. Just trying to see Radius pits, which promotes Ocean Chief and Gross Jeans and Kebab up a few positions, so Chief is up to P10 now.
It's a massive train running there, isn't there?
Yeah, and Gross Jeans picks up a penalty, and does he have damage? Did I see that right? Yes, so Gross Jeans has damage on the left-hand side on the on his wing, so he must have had contact somewhere with something.
Well, Futuristic is looking to get past Furious, who hasn't pit yet.
Oh, bit of a swipe there on the straight, but Futuristic makes that move easily with DRS, and yeah, Furiosus I think wants to pit as well at the back, and he does so. And let's see where Furiosus actually comes out. I think he might actually hold on to this P3. But does he have a penalty? Or why are they not doing anything? Getting a wing change as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's definitely not hanging onto that P3 for now at least. I think he must have had a penalty.
Well, he's lost time.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of time, and so...
Dona went on to softs.
Oh, and I see some battling going on there on the main straight. Kebab and Inferno Inferno Koi, and Kebab has to back out. And if Ocean Chief can actually get these 10-lap old mediums to the end, which he surely can, he might still pick up a point or two here. And especially with all the penalties being counted, might still be some points for Chief here today. And the field is pretty spread out at the moment. Only Darrow is pretty close to XTXB. And just about everybody else is outside DRS range, except for Inferno Koi. On Cross Jeans, and Cross Jeans carrying that wing damage. But Inferno, I think, is too far back on this occasion. Maybe on the main straight instead. And Larson commenting in chat that he feels like the weather is always like this in Montreal, and yeah, he might be right. And Inferno round the outside on Cross Chains into turn 1 and makes it stick as well. So Inferno is up to P11, and next target for him is Ocean Chief in P10. Inferno is doomed. Ocean Chief in P10. Well, we'll see, I suppose.
No, we have to... XTXP might be looking at podium here.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that because those softs should be pretty fast, but he's also pulling along Darrow nicely because Darrow has been following him for like 3 or 4 laps now on those mediums, and Darrow actually might be pretty good toward the end of the race on those mediums. And they're definitely catching Motocrosser, both of them. 1.7 seconds away. Futuristic picks up another penalty, but the gap from him to Motocrosser is 18 seconds, so I think that's not gonna amount to much. Huge gaps at the front, actually. 10 seconds to the race leader. Jonah all alone in the clear, and he, remember, ladies and gentlemen, he started at the back of the field as well, so 19 positions gained for Jonah. And he's just about 6 laps away from making this last to first challenge work.
Flesh River saying Jeff says no rain, but I wouldn't really trust what Jeff says. Once it was heavy rain Monaco, and he was telling me to pick
Furiosa's on Bowman.
mediums.
Has to back out for now, but I think he might be able to pick him up here on the back straight. Yeah, now that you say it, I'm kind of thinking I see rain as well, but that's not rain, so it's just my imagination, unfortunately. And Furiosa's up to P8 on those fresh softs against Bowman's mediums. So Bowman is unfortunately pretty defenseless against that. And while I'm looking at for this battle for the final podium position, Motocrosser is still holding on to that, and XTXP didn't really gain on Moto this lap. So I wonder if those softs are maybe falling off slightly for him. Seems to be struggling a little bit on those corner exits. And Dragon actually, I've kind of missed this completely, but Dragon has actually made it back to P6.
Yeah.
Somehow. And I don't know, Joel, if you can, can you have a look at the penalties for the top 6 or so?
Yep.
What does it look like?
Jonah has 1 penalty. Futuristic has got 3 penalties. Motocrosser with 1 penalty. XTXP has 2.
Okay.
Darrow has got 2, and Dragon has got 2 as well.
Okay, so Moto is looking pretty good for that P3 still, which is would be a good result for him considering he was dead last after turn 2 on lap 1. So it's actually the biggest fight here is for P4 at the moment. XTXP versus Darrow and Dragon. So XTXP on those soft tires, which probably are starting to lose their best grip by now, and then you have a couple of hungry guys on the mediums behind him. So we'll see how this develops here. Ocean Chief still holding on to that P10, by the way. Darrow getting a little bit loose. And I think actually Dragon is closer to Darrow than Darrow is to XTXB, but both of them have DRS, so Dragon can really do nothing on the back straight here. He's completely out of battery as well. We have yellow flag.
That's Ocean.
Oh
That's cheap.
no!
Oh no! He's done what I did.
Just spun out of the hairpin, I guess.
Is that a sign of rain? No.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing as you, I think, but it's just some kind of dirt flying on the background, and Dragon in the meanwhile is just 1/10 away. XTXP picks up a penalty. I think that puts him.
You said the Chief was still in P10. You jinxed it.
Yeah, apparently so.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, so Chief has to pit for those softs, maybe just to try and get the fastest lap of the race from the hands of whoever has it at the moment. It is Jonah. Well, surprisingly, I guess, but yep, Dragon on Darrow, who both of them have actually lost the touch to XTXP now, so Darrow is not gonna get DRS on the back straight here, and I wonder if Dragon is just gonna get him here. That's what it looks like. So Dragon DRS open and overtake on, and he's gonna be through. Dragon up to P5. And I think P4 is up for grabs here still for him. They have 3 laps to go across the line. And Danny also urging Dragon on in chat. Let's go, Dragon. And he's obliging. Only 5/10 of XTXB's back, and XTXB definitely starting to struggle on those soft tires. And Dragon already showing his nose into the first chicane, but unable to make that move stick. And he should probably just wait for the back straight, I think.
Well, I think he's more worried about motocross then.
Yeah, I wonder. I think
that podium.
Yeah, I think Moto is just
a
too
bit
far
far
away.
away for 2 laps. Yeah.
And he has 3 seconds more penalties as well, I think.
Yeah.
So Moto seems at the moment pretty safe out there, and I have somehow managed to lose those. Yeah. Gaps there. Anyway, we're back, and Dragon on the back straight deploying everything he has to try and get past XTXB. Is it gonna be enough?
He's gonna do it. Oh, you could have gone for it there, but
Chooses to back out of
Furious
it.
gets past Darrow as well, and Dragon gets another penalty.
Yeah, so that's are they equal now? I think so. But Furious is actually getting interested in this. Is it Furiosus or Furious? I don't know how to actually say it.
Just call him Furious.
Yeah, maybe that's easier. But yeah, Dragon trying desperately to find a way through XTXB here. They have just 1.5 laps to go. And Dragon is just too far back. I wonder if XTXB is running some sort of a low drag setup, or is he just deploying everything he has to keep Dragon behind him. And Dragon is gonna send it, I think, for the hairpin. And he does so, takes the inside line and takes P4 for now, but I wonder if he's gonna actually get DRS. Yes, he is. So that is a big brain move from him.
Yeah. So the detection zone is before the hairpin.
XTXB.
So if you can dive, you will.
XTXB is not quite close enough to make that move back. So
well, now the question is Furious.
Yeah, he's right on the back of XTXB.
On the last lap.
Yeah, so it's all or nothing for Furious. This is pretty much the only battle on track as well, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Jonah is well on his way for the victory here at Montreal. And, he's actually already on the back straight there, so such is the gap between the drivers today. So Jonah is already about to cross the line, while Furiosus has actually lost ground. Or XTXP has made a mistake somewhere, hasn't he? fallen back while Jonah
Looks
crosses
like
the
it.
line to win. And yeah, that's kind of... I wonder if XTXP has some sort of damage there. I don't really see anything on his car because Daro is right at the back of him as well. And that is just a lapped car I see in the background. So it looks like we're gonna finish in this order. Motocrosser, Jonah and Futuristic already across the line. Motocrosser in the final corner. And he's gonna hold on to that P3, I think.
Well, I tell you what, it might be a last lap lunge for Grosjean into the chicane. He's right on the back of Kebab in that Renault car, and he's gonna, well, he's not gonna hang back here. The last lap, he can get P11 for Pride. He's gonna try and go around the outside, and he gets squeezed off.
Yeah, just no way to go through there, too wide, and Grosjean's. Let's see where we finish with the penalties, P11. So yeah, that's the end of the race, and Jonah with an absolutely dominating victory today. 22 seconds with penalties accounted, and yeah, massive gaps today. Driver of the day, well, Jonah, pretty... since the game actually picks up the one who gained the most positions, he's gained 19 positions. He's actually made the last the first challenge work today, and yeah, I guess I guess he just missed all the accidents that everybody else got involved with, and yeah, just great pace overall. So yeah, it's a clear victory for him today. Yeah. And there we have the penalties. And Bowman actually didn't pick up a penalty. Wow. That is pretty big. So, who do we think for driver of the day?
It's a very difficult one, that.
Yeah, I mean, Jonah, kind of the obvious one,
Jonah,
but
surely.
yeah, it has to be Jonah, I guess.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
If
real...
someone goes last to first, you can't really not give them driver of the day.
Yeah, and you pick up only 3 seconds on the way as well, and just win by 22 seconds. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with Jonah. I guess there is no contest today. Maybe some honorable mentions might be Bowman in P5, starting 9th today and picking up absolutely no penalties at all. So that's good drive from Bowman. And what else can we... Both of the Alfa Romeo boys actually pretty good drives in the points, 5th and 8th today. So, yeah, there you have it. We have Jonah, Futuristic, and Motocrosser on the podium today, and yeah, that was a action-packed race. The leader leader was in a class of his own today, so no challengers to Jonah today. Oh, and yeah,
Looking for interviews.
Yes, so
Jonah's in the lounge.
Yeah, go for it, and I'll let you know. I'll let you do the interviews if you have something to say. I'm always really bad at them.
Hello, man who got eaten by a fish and spat back out again.
Yeah, hello.
How did your race go, Jonah? Obviously last to first, but how was it for you is the question I asked for everyone. How was it for you?
I mean, my game crashed in quali and somehow I got disqualified. I still don't know what happened there exactly. But if I came in, I got disqualified, so yeah.
Well, that was kind of good, wasn't it?
Why?
So you go last to first, not first to first.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made it easier, to be fair. No, but yeah, I just decided to go on the harder tires and see what happens with strategy-wise. Virtual safety car was pretty neat, to say the least. Yeah, I was just lucky. The first few laps I just tried to avoid damage. And got somehow into P13 in lap 1 because everyone in front of me was bashing or crashing or going off track.
Yeah, so a lot of incidents. You noticed when Futuristic tried that undercut, you stayed out for a couple of laps more, so were you not worried about it?
No. I knew that
Just
my
'cause of the
pace.
gap.
Yeah, my pace was pretty decent still. My tires were only at 30% or something.
And
So
were there any like intentional team orders between you and XTXP to hold Futuristic up, or was that just him being a good teammate without being asked?
I didn't. I knew that he was behind an alpha. He was stuck behind Futuristic. Was stuck behind an alpha and XT, but I think he got by him pretty quickly, if I got that correct. Because we were in voice chat, but there was no real team orders because I mean Futuristic wasn't really a threat because I knew he had penalties and I was going on the faster tires. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything to say, Ice?
Yeah, it's just kind of a dominating performance from you today. But I was kind of talking about it during the stream there. But I think you can't race tier 2 because I think definitely pace-wise that would be your
I mean,
place.
the problem is I have a race on the same day already.
Okay.
I don't know about the time though because it starts at your race starts at 72 and my race starts at like 9. So
Okay.
I could maybe make it work, but it would be really close.
Okay, well
So, I mean,
we'll have
if
to see, or otherwise you just drop assists and come race with us in tier 1. But
yeah, probably. I mean, it's just if at any time they say I should not race this league because I'm too fast or something, I won't be like hurt
yeah,
by
well,
it because I understand it. So I maybe will go to tier 2 or I will just
didn't you
see
actually
what
do
happens.
a tier 1 race as well in 2 SRL? Like, no assists?
Yeah, I mean, I did that in Monaco because Monaco is pretty easy to drive without line, but I'm driving with line at the moment, so
Okay.
I'm in 2 SRL tier 2 at the moment as well, so
Yeah, but I mean, we're kind of joking about it. They're like driver of the day, obviously to you. There is really no contest from 20th to first. So yeah, absolutely brilliant drive today and avoiding all the carnage that was happening around you. So yeah, good job, good job.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Have a good day.
Likewise.
See ya.
Bye. I think we're gonna bring Futuristic
maybe?
now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hello, show singer. How was your
Hello.
race? I know you got P2. But did you think the win was in grasp as soon as Jonah got past you?
Yeah, when Jonah got past me, he just bolted away. It didn't even matter if he was on boulders, mediums, or anything. I couldn't catch him either way, so fair to play to him to get P1, but yeah, it was nice battles across my race. But most of the time I was lonely, like 12 seconds behind Jonah, and then it was like 17 to Motocrosser. So it was pretty boring in that case, but otherwise it was fine.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
go
don't
for
know
Joe.
what happened with you at the start with Motocrosser. Can you just talk us through that? Was it a racing incident, or did he spin on his own? I don't know.
I'm not sure because I thought I left him enough space in the inside, and he told me in DMs that he couldn't get it stopped in time. So yeah, he touched my rear left wheel and yeah, did a half spin. Unfortunately, it would have been a great battle though.
Yeah, you guys were pretty close in pace, right? But one thing I was wondering, maybe you can confirm it. Is this your first podium in SLR?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so
if it would have been a cooldown lap, I would have been doing donuts in the hairpin.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
No such thing in this game, unfortunately.
no, sadly. But it was a good race. I would take P2 anyway. I mean, podium is a podium. You can't deny that one.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything more, Joel?
No.
Okay, so maybe
I'm a brilliant interviewer.
Yeah, it's kind of both of us. I'm too old, so I've forgotten everything that actually happened in the race. But Futuristic, do you have anything else to add from your race today?
Nah,
Okay. So
I don't think so at least.
yeah, but anyway, good job on the podium. P2 is nice and gives you some good points in the championship battle. So yeah, next race is, what is it actually? Is it
Oh my god, I have a second.
France.
is it France?
it's
Okay.
France.
Well, so what are you thinking about
Icewind's
France?
nightmare.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
only if Ocean Chief crashes me out. I've managed to insert it here. Good job. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So futuristic. What do you think about France?
I mean, it's a pretty tricky track overall, especially with the first and last sector.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it will be penalties, time penalties, who will decide what position you will get in the race.
Yeah.
It's so easy to cut the corners through there.
Yeah, indeed, and kind of like today actually, a lot of penalties
Yeah.
being picked up. So it's probably gonna be another similar situation next week.
Yep.
All right, so thanks futuristic and congrats on the first podium in SLR, and here's to hoping for many more to come.
Yes. Thank you. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's the best celebration today. Do we have anybody else who wants to talk to us? Ocean Chief has bolted away, I've seen. Alfa Romeo boys, maybe? Do they want to talk to us?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna ask them in chat quickly. Let's
Tomorrow
see.
is tier 2, isn't it? And then
Yes.
Saturday tier 1, of course.
Yeah, we'll let's see. Darrow is okay. So they want an interview. So maybe we'll just bring the teammates in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So joining us live here on EGL, Bowman and Darrow, or should I say Darrow and Bowman in the order that you guys finished today. So P5 for Darrow and P8 I think for Bowman.
Reverse.
Oh, reverse. Okay, so I got it wrong
P8.
anyway. Yeah, so that's my superpower to get that kind of things wrong. I want to start this interview because I represent Alfa Romeo in Tier 1, but I want to say good job, guys, bringing good points for the team. Starting with Bowman, maybe, who finished in P5. How was it out there for you today? I think you were the only one who didn't get a penalty.
Yeah, that was the plan all along. I knew I didn't have the pace, and of course in quali I finished before P10, so P9, so I couldn't start on medium. I wanted to go medium hard and just don't get any penalties and to see what happens. But then I was stunned to see that I'm P9. I did my personal best in the quali on softs, and yeah, and from then I was okay. Let's do a two-stopper, and I focused only on not getting penalties. I didn't fight on the corners too much, and I got first warning around lap 3, and then second warning around lap 8, and I was like, oh well, I have to go no warnings to the end of the race, but somehow I managed to do that, and yeah, it paid off, I think, because I finished P9 and went to P5 just because I didn't have any penalties. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Just having a look at the championship standings here as well, so it is definitely your best finish of the season. I think you had P6
yeah.
Vietnam, I think. And yeah,
P7 Vietnam, and yeah, P7 as well in the previous season in Singapore, I think. Yeah,
and
so
also a season best for Darrow, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yes.
And maybe moving on to Darrow as well. So you were in a pretty intensive battle there with a few cars actually in the race. So how was that for you today?
Yeah, I have the same target like Bowman. I don't want to get a lot of penalties and just stay focused on the race. That that I think on the second stint I stay behind XP, and that was my goal, to stay in the DRS, don't fight too much, but just clean race. That was good for me. And then on the third stint, some guys start to catch up to me, and I really just want to finish race, and maybe with Dragon I want to fight a little bit, but when I see I have no chance anymore, then I let it go.
Yeah, but I think you held on pretty well on those mediums against their fresher tires and even softer tires as well. So
Yeah, it was. I was really unexpected. When XT changed to softs, I thought, okay, one maybe 2 laps I stay behind him in DRS, and then I don't see him anymore. But somehow I managed to stay behind him, and it's a pretty good race for me.
Yeah, XTXP, I think he did 10 laps stint on softs, and he did it yesterday as well, if I recall correctly.
yeah, might have been, yeah.
No.
Yeah. So Joel, do you have anything in mind to ask these guys?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just perfect interviewers, both of us. Anyway, just really happy to see both of the Alfa Romeos in the points, and good.
Yeah,
good
finally.
Good to see you guys get a good result as well, and maybe just to
Iceland, did you hear that? They just roasted you.
Oh well, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, finally. Tier 1 guys couldn't do it.
No, I meant. I'm sorry, I meant for us.
You can roast me anytime you want, so that's okay. Maybe just to finish with the same question as to futuristic. What do you guys think about France? That is the next track.
I don't know why, but for me, Paul Ricard is always rainy, so I'm mentally prepared that it's gonna be raining there. I know that it's gonna be raining. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it from me.
For me, it's I don't really know what's my opinion about it, but it's a really nice track, very fast, so it will be interesting.
It's definitely more fun to drive than to watch race there.
All right.
Yeah.
So I wish you guys good luck for that one, and we'll see you in a week,
thanks.
I guess.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Have a good evening, guys, and bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thanks.
Gonna drop them. Yep. So. All right. I think that's about it for the people who wanted to talk to us today. So yeah. What do we want to say for closing words? I'm absolutely dreadful at this. Yeah, so we have plenty of racing still to come on EGL this weekend. We have Tier 2, SLR Tier 2 tomorrow.
Safety cars, yeah.
Yep, where yours truly, Joel, is driving, I think.
Well, I wouldn't quite say driving.
Well, I don't know. You've done some good results. Maybe we'll see. You can aim for a season best. I think you have to be on the podium for that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you have your work cut out for you, Joel. So yeah, tune in tomorrow at 7 CEST on this channel for Tier 2, and then on Saturday we have Tier 1, where I am driving. Well, maybe the same words as Joel, if you can call that driving. Anyway, and along with that, we still have another 2 races to go on EGL this week, and 2 SRL Tier 2 and Tier 1 on Sunday. So plenty of races to come still. Yeah, I suppose that about wraps it up for this race, unless you have something to add, Joel?
No, not really.
Yeah. So yeah, I suppose we'll wrap it up there. And I'm Icewind, and I wish you all a good